Hi there, thank you for joining with me today. I'm a hoarder of things, but especially of stories. I just love stories. Stories often get a message across much more easily than a long diatribe or sermon. So I'll leave one with you today as we leave Christmas behind us. It's about a young Korean woman. She was pregnant. Christmas was approaching. She was under the health care of a midwife who actually was also a Christian missionary. And so on Christmas Eve, with the pains increasing, she decided she was going to walk to the missionary's house, which was about 6 miles away. Snow was falling, it was cold, and so she got every conceivable piece of clothing she had and put it on, wrapped herself up and began the walk. She'd got about 3 miles into that journey when she realised she was not going to make it. And so she went down an embankment underneath a little bridge, there took shelter from the storm, and it was there she gave birth to her little son. She then took every item of clothing off herself and wound it tightly around the little baby boy so that he would be safe. The following morning, the missionary got up. There were people to see, there were people who wanted to visit. She got into her car and she began to go down the road, and she came to this bridge. And strangely enough, the engine spluttered and eventually stalled and stopped. And she got out of the car and she heard a noise. It was the noise of a child crying. She went to investigate, and there was this little boy bawling his lungs out, cold and obviously very hungry. And beside him lay his mother, who had lost her life bringing him into the world. In due course, the missionary adopted the wee boy, and he never failed to be delighted at the story the missionary would tell him. At age 12, he decided that he wanted to go to the place where his mum lay buried. And he said to his adoptive mother, "Stay here while I walk alone." And she watched with tears in her eyes as he took off every conceivable piece of clothing and he laid it on the grave of his mother. And she walked towards him and heard him through tears saying, "Mother, were you colder than this to give me life?" A poignant sacrifice. It reminds me that though there is hope in Christmas, there is also poignancy and tears. I remember once watching a nativity play. It was brilliant. And all the kids began to leave, the shepherds went off, the wise men went off, and then eventually Mary and Joseph went off. And then Mary stopped, and she went back, and she grabbed the baby Jesus from the little crib and took off after the rest. And I thought how easy it is to move on from Christmas and leave Jesus behind, forget him and his message. I hope you won't, because implicitly I believe love did come down at Christmas. He gave us a template for life. Not always easy, but it's worth trying. God bless you as you try to be the best you can be, as you try to do unto others as you would have them do to you. There is no better recipe. God bless you as you try.